While economy dey fall, dey go, you dem be bills dey refine at your money. Mafff tori dey no go joke. Yeah, for the level they now so for the country. Dey you dem una don find place you don una say if thing dem strong for the country pass the way they now so we go do na how. For the kind level they now you see even government worker get like that kind of 13 farm then they still sell fish pipe. Man they borrow money go pay debt. They run the mix petrol water sell am. One man they sell one plot for that kind of 8 different people. You see young girl them for road, they don't get all kinds of certificate them for prostitution. You dey still young boy, he never even born picky, he already sell Bitcoin for best rate. He already thief control, open shop for he find different line for business. All we should also now say if thing and strong for the country pass the way it's strong now, so we go do how. Last time I can't talk about culture, that African dog group foolish positive, they woke up for my head. Hey, if Saraman no be do for the still time I leave them for plenty. When I know say if Saraman no be do for then I for which level now. My tell now there's a very big difference between culture and technology. And for we for even start supporting our economy for the country, we need to respect our culture very well. For we for develop for the country now, we no need for the follow na the Western culture. When you look around the world, no be all man get Western culture and they develop. For example, China no get Western culture, but they develop. Problem for the country, they so no be only government. All we were hand at for day. Even though the government get own problem, then be problem for Cameroon, they so all we saw were hand at for day. Yes. When it comes to technology, we understand fine say Cameroon over get some kind technology. Tindele motor must buy them from outside, tindele fridge, tindele TV, tindele phone, and all that thing the world they buy and so we send the money over outside. Any man we get fridge for Cameroon, you don't send that money over outside. Any man we get motor, you don't send that money over outside. And when it come and for that side for technology again, you see and say the money will the loss and for technology, you know about this some way because first no be all man for Cameroon get motor. And when you buy motor, you buy that thing at just 1 or 2 in a lifetime. TV, you buy TV, use and sell so tell your grand picking the work or continue. Fridge, you buy that thing, use and so tell your picking the work or continue. You see and say the money the loss and for technology even there for some way, and in time to come technology na trade they develop. In time to come we say go get our own technology, and if you be there only for that level for technology, you know for bad, but the two a banana say for Cameroon don't instead start copying na foreign lifestyle. We don't start copying na their culture. I want to copy their culture na the highest in that way the key we go finish, because when you copy money culture, you start for the like you chop, you start for the like you mimbo, you start for the like you close, you start for the like plenty thing that about that person. And when you start like that thing that you start for the consume that thing that, and when you consume that thing that you send the money now for that person in the economy. First, when we want to talk about chop, you come for Cameroon now, you go even for which kind of village, you see rice for day. All side for Cameroon na rice. You go enter even inside store, you see like that kind of 9 different bag rice, then stand say me you choose your own. All that thing the owner they do and so on, they send money now for outside. For anytime when you put pot for fire cook rice, don't know say you don't send money for outside, because most of the rice ever the chop and for Cameroon no be Cameroon rice. Most of that rice then come from China, Thailand and other places. I might tell you no day where you go enter Chinese money has see 1 bucket cocoa stand for day. No day you go enter Chinese money has seen jama day. Inside 1 million white man the way meet up and no one know the chop at you. No one know the cook aero for has. No one know the cook fufu or anything. But for we instead of like na they chop them and what they chop that chop, so would they lost money, would they gather all our money they send them for their economy every day, would they cry they go. We get enough chop them for Cameroon that they even say our culture be diversified. You feel born man for Cameroon so he live all his life. I mean even na 300 years. He chop only Cameroon chop there. Even if the man is select chop there, you still they very fine. We get yam, we get cocoa, we get gari, we get all. If we chop that thing, the all that money the remain is our economy and chop this on a basic thing for sure say na money that will the loss and every second. If we know the quantity of rice where they chop and for Cameroon for 1 day and the cost for that rice, we now know the kind of money will the loss and for that country every day when it comes to tindele rice, pasta, noodles, all that thing. And say government need to ban all that kind of thing they move out of our country. We get enough chop for our country. You see man go gather cocoa sell and gather yam sell and instead take the money go buy 1 bag rice. It means you don't carry the other money send you now out of Cameroon. They dey pay even government worker, it take the money go buy rice with pasta then. It means say you carry money save for Cameroon government, then they send you again out of Cameroon. We get cocoa, we get yam. If you buy yam, you buy cocoa, you buy plantain, you buy red oil. All that thing, then the money remain inside Cameroon. If you enter even inside supermarket or store for Cameroon, you need for the thing a packet for euro, then we packet them for igusi the way they don't grind our granite, corn, fufu corn flour inside packet, all that kind of thing there. Now the kind of thing that we need for get them for our country. What would the chop, what would the consume that we thing? So the money they remain inside our economy. Our economy they be stable and they grow. But all the thing there for outside would the instead go consume, and so you see, would you go lost money for some kind of way? No need for the lost money for that way. And that's why we thought say when it comes to technology, better, because even though they buy phone, buy motor, but all that thing or they buy now one time, and you buy the last. But when it comes to chop, now basic thing and that way that they cripple our economy now every second. You even come for Cameroon, you see my say no the chubby red oil. You know the chop red oil say they burn you now for Judea. Red oil now our oil will get them. Why man no get banga? It no be able for it no get red oil. If red oil the give cancer and they the give enough for them no before we parents they be chop na red oil and they live more than 100 years. We need to be proud for what in them. We chop red oil they do it for you. You say red oil they give cancer. Red oil no be give cancer for we. Red oil na the only oil we cook without the rub without the use and mix it without the pay bright price with them. We need to be proud for what in them. Now our thing, now our own, now why that we there for this part for country? We not be there for one for subtropical area and then we not try for make a let's say mood follow that thing the way they happen for Western world. No, so where to be the benefits so there for subtropics. Now our thing and that we not need for learn for consume on our own. You go even for which kind village or Cameroon you see one bag rice now wait. When I do now wait to rice or rice now wait. I don't thought the need for ban that thing for the country. If you say cocoa, you buy yam, that money remain for Cameroon. You say plantain, you buy cocoa, you buy granola, you buy fufu, you buy all that thing and that money remain for Cameroon. Now what thing and that and diversify culture. We don't know how many countries chop the way they inside Cameroon. If man the select chop, even if you been at the highest nyanga person say you the select chop, you go always get chop and for Cameroon. Just look person self like Dangote. Dangote na person where most African they need for learn from me. Dangote invest, he invest only for basic thing the way they for Africa. You see the kind of money where Dangote they make, and that one have a proof saying the money that way foreigner they ever invest for Africa taken out of Africa. The foreign thing don't make now we even forget even about our own thing them. You see the way thing that the expensive for Cameroon now because all of us forget our own thing them. You go stand for market, you see 8 tomato for 500. How manage inside Cameroon? Tomato for 500 need for being uncountable, need for being a basket set. You go stand they say one bucket beans 8,000, one bucket beans where they plant and for backside, no manure, no fertilizer, 8,000. How manage? Because we will need to concentrate for what in them, we make an our resources that the loss will not be able to maintain our resources. We see the way thing that is scarce. Cameroon they pay work na thank you. Then you go buy how many you go buy one bucket beans for 8,000 where they still pay work for Cameroon now we thank you. If na for fast food, we too will get fast food. Yes, Kowata Gari na fast food. Na even Gari this one na fastest food. Gari no before fast food. We get plantain and plum. All that thing and our own thing and that. If we chop that thing the way to do. You must chop now already people their own thing. My tell on something. Saramande so mentality know the change from day one I be ever know them. You enter even restaurant now for Cameroon, you know whether na wait till they happen inside restaurant. When you go for American restaurant, you just see the way their culture be displayed for day. You go for Chinese restaurant, you see the way their culture be displayed for day. You go for Italian restaurant, you see the way their culture be displayed for day. But when you come for Cameroon, you enter restaurant, you know whether na which culture be displayed for day. My tell na place the restaurant and for bar them. Na place and that way people that they use and for say their culture. When mean say when you enter Cameroon restaurant, they serve you chop. You need for go back go to say no. Na so Cameroon woman they serve chop for man. Because na the two way see for restaurant you don't know say it happen. But for Cameroon you just go get your way jean trouser can't achieve for your front water come go. Now which kind culture that una the learn all the kind thing na for who side. Then come for side for Mimbo too. You see and say wait. If we be the drink the wine Mimbo, if we be fit don't maintain wine Mimbo for some level, you see and say by now if we don't cook wine Mimbo, and if we fit don't do all that thing, all the thing and say whiskey, champagne, then wine the way the flop inside shop, enough a day. All that thing and other people, their product, the way they just bring inside our country now for the gather their do the sender. You receiving Cameroon, you don't go small book, he say no the drink, he the drinking only wine. You the drink wine, say no say wine come on for outside. They make wine from grapes, then get grapes, we no get grapes. We get palm tree, we get raffia bush or palm tree or wait, they no get them. So now our own advantage, how we fit our own wine mimbo for they will develop more technique than how we fit cook our wine mimbo, make a hand, them the circulate inside our community. We go to sell and the money go to remain inside we. But we turn for the only consume now the foreign mimbo the way it comes. So now say the cripple our economy. And mimbo too now one of the it's a basic thing because they consume mimbo now every second of the day. So now imagine the money will the loss and when it comes to mimbo where they go out of Cameroon, I will not ever see that money again. Then clothing too now another thing. Almost all side for Cameroon, you see na Nike, Adidas, Gucci, Versace, all kind branding. Even though all that branding, so you see no be original, but almost all that thing that they can from outside. And that thing that the Kiwi, so far as we buy that thing the way they come from outside, would they send the money now for outside? At the end of the day, we would gain weighty. We get our own clothing for the country. We get our country clothing. If we be the wear our country clothing off, when I go see and say, you go to make a me local designer that they grow. More not the only wear and for special occasion. If you wear your country clothes, stay even for house, wear and tonton you for quarter. You see and say at the end of the day now we will be forced to make plenty of that clothing, and as we make plenty of that clothing, we'll develop new style themselves to make that clothing. We'll get t-shirt, then we'll get hoodie, then we'll get trousers, then we'll get all things, even bedsheet them, door blind, and if we make all that material them, we'll see and so they really grow, and then money go return for economy because that country clothing they so now only we feel make and fine. Now only Cameroonian they feel make that our clothing fine. For them I know if you ever make that our clothing fine for we. If we do that kind of thing, so you see and say the money that remains our economy. But what would instead buy now only the foreign thing them from outside? At the end of the day, now what we do how? We always say we don't bad with the only turn and say now government no fine, now government no fine. When army government do how we would lost money for if we not no basic thing and at the highest thing the man the lost money. We not forget all that luxurious thing and say motor phone and all that thing and know the consume human being in money. If they tell the amount of chop where they chop for one day and money where they lost and for chop, they calculate and for 1 year. I mean if they calculate the amount of rice where Cameroonian don't chop and where 30-year-old Cameroonian don't chop and then tell you the money for rice, money where you don't spend and for rice, you stand so shocked and all that money gone over outside. They talk the amount of money where you don't drink whiskey, then they or the wine the way it come from outside, you stand so be shocked. They talk money where you don't buy clothes, and then you'll be shocked, and all that money they send and for outside. At the end of the day, now they blame the government. So government do it. And then the thought say government no get problem, but at the end of the day, we see say oh we get problem. Look, even what traditional ruler, then what traditional ruler they no still the way they before they. I mean, they say their power, their respect, their pride, all things don't reduce. Why? Because we don't ever shift away from our culture. If we not respect our culture, that people then too, they not ever did the way they be there. We really need to respect our culture, respect something they meet day again the way we be done first day. Even Nigerian film or the watch, at least more the learn for day. When I look how they respect their chief, when I see the kind of way Nigeria they display and for their film them. Look the way they respect their chop. Look Niger Ashwabi. When I see the way they don't develop that Ashwabi, when I see the level where they now because they learn for respect their own. Niger they try to eliminate on kind of thing them from the economy. When I see the way that they grow and now they get one of the best economy them for the in South Africa. So why we will not feel learn for that thing them? And they use them too for the country now the worst. Now why they talk, warepe then they so wareme then they don't really try now their own the good and so. But they use them for the country. We not lazy na lazy, we not dull. Because most you them for Cameroon they work hard, but they always work hard now on stupid thing them. Yes, we not the work hard, but not the work we not on hard now on foolish thing them. For example, you see the one they call and say, yeah, oh boy, man go say no, it nang machine because he want them to bring money, he want them to bring back the money where they don't can take and for we. At the end of the day, when that money car, you buy your Benz, you buy your iPhone, you buy your Gucci them with your gin them, you buy your Air Force, they will drink you na only more they will whiskey them. It means say you take all that money in there, you send and you back, and then you return say you want fight back now for waiting. You don't take all the money you send and you bank, then the worst thing I say, you don't waste your time. The member where you drink and you don't carry sick. So at the end of the day, you hell them now for waiting. They say behind every successful man, there is a woman. For Cameroon, successful man no day, woman no day. Get their own side better no day. And I don't talk, this thing say makeup artist. Any girl way no say be makeup artist. John no say you be unemployed with no handwork. Because that thing say makeup artist, no be no work. Una move una heart for that thing. Una know the amount of money we una dey send out for the country without una thing they say nails, eyelashes, foundation, bone straight, or so now who go hell una where boy the craze the go, get the craze the go. I don't talk makeup artists. Any man way no say na the only thing that way they do. I'm just no say you be unemployed with no handwork. All that una thing that una the job na just form them that for key wa economy. Inside 1 month, one girl it is spend almost for your head, for eyelashes, for nails, for foundation, all that thing there. All that money that una the send and for outside. So who go hell una for the country? Me who hell at the end of the day una the complain say na government no dey fine. So me the government do it to you. Government no dey fine. You say you dey fine. Come for entertainment side better no dey. The entertainment industry for the country, I don't know me whether they refer do na how. Because most of the content we na dey give for the country na foreign content. Yes, now whether people they know the like at the end of the day now na the thought say they know they support their own. They know they support their own how. When you give people then thing where you know where you know consent, they expect me that they support their own how. You the watch video for Cameroon the go so you the hear the way man they talk. You know they even understand say na Cameroon and the act the thing on. People they never Cameroon you go act where they happen for Japan and for America. Me concern who for waiting. When I look example, when I look movie like Fisherman's Diary, nothing that they call and say Cameroon film. Any man never watch Fisherman's Diary, go watch Fisherman's Diary for Netflix. Nothing that they call and say Cameroon film. If we get like, if Cameroon act like 100 movie where they like Fisherman's Diary, when I say go see, when I go see the way film industry for Cameroon they grow. Watch comedy, then you watch Godis Fongwa where the act Richard and this Caro and Copies. Na pure Cameroon something and they ever talk say their content na country. They the act na two way they happen around. You hear Richard na Bamenda Gary this. The Gary the tight for throat. Now common word then that word you use that every day. Now the kind of thing and that you need for make and make people Caro and Copies that my rapper for back, so I sure say they move and I move them. Now so we talk every day. If you want do anything for Cameroon, now that kind of part in the way you need for follow them. No carry some kind of thing they can act and for people their head at the end of the day. Support your own. Me then support waiting for their own way no be their own. Come for side for music better no day. Yes, I don't know. Would the one ban foreign music now how we Cameroonian they do foreign music? How would do ban foreign music when most of our musicians they still do now foreign music? If you listen to the music, then since when they start talk about ban foreign music, all the music the way don't come out, you go listen and you really wonder say, but why would they even ban foreign music? Why would they really want ban foreign music where one musician, then most of them they still do now foreign music? For Cameroon, we get some kind of instrument that will be very familiar. When the instrument they will know them. You get drum, you get the njang them for juju, you get the cha-cha, you get gong, you get the stick way hold there for inside, all that kind. Now sound then that way be familiar for any Cameroonian here. So if you want to do Cameroon music, at least you need, at least you need for use one of that sound. But for Cameroon, the listen Cameroon music go fini where you know where one of the instrument where the play inside the music no be familiar. Say one. So at the end of the day, how you do talk saying a Cameroon music that if you go stand for any place for the world, they tell you say me you explain something about that music. You talk say that music come now from whose side? When I try for study, when I environment, when I know who when I be, when I know when I culture, when I know when I community. If not, you know ever do something where people go like them. Yeah, you send even picking for school, say me picking go learn book, he go start learn English 2 days, one pass, he turn upcoming rapper. When I all this thing the way they call and say rapper, I don't talk, me then cash it in and fell lock him. I don't know who sound a come out rap. Now who be the rap for Cameroon before the year 2000? Una just come suddenly come on Hausa with the nonsense, say rap, oh say I be rapper, I be upcoming rap na weti. That thing a distraction, na just foolish thing and that one, and I don't know whether una the it shows say one they really look the internet so una the really craze na craze. They even need for ban internet for some of una because it shows say thing the one they go learn of the internet na craze. If we feel respect our culture for the country very well, una say go see how our economy dey grow. For Saramende, no be only that government they make and they fine, but now the way they don't respect the people there, they don't always be. Yeah, it make and their private sector too strong. So even if their government they fail and not fail, their private sector be very strong. And it is bad for we because our private sector not even there at all. We poor to the last person. Now whether any small thing I do only here now government don't do this, now government don't do this. Government don't do this, then you do your own how Mafff to read the no go joke. Touching me, I touching you. Brain sleep, no go joke. So memories.